So I've just got back from the most incredible trip of my life. And well, we actually got back last night, so it's the morning. What is it, Wednesday morning? Had a shower, washed my hair, and I'm literally in the midst of unpacking. And while I'm unpacking and sorting, I'm listening to this incredible audio that Sarah Dunning says, everybody, if anybody that wants to make a difference in their life has to listen to this audio. And listen to it, it's about half an hour long, listen to it every day for 21 days. And she said, if you do that, your life will absolutely amplify, like no doubt about it. Your relationships, your health, your income, your happiness levels, like everything will just amplify another level. But you have to commit to listening to it every day for 21 days. Like maybe get a pillow speaker and listen to it at night time. I had it on this morning while I was in the shower, while I was getting dressed, while I've just been unpacking. And anyway, I couldn't wait any longer. I was like, I've got to do this video, sharing with everybody my level of excitement post AIT. Like, I've not even done my makeup yet, I've not even done my shake yet, but I'm just so excited. I couldn't wait any longer. So I've been in Arbonne 11 years. So I've been on many trips. I've earned every single AIT trip, but there was a couple I didn't go on when I was pregnant. I wasn't able to fly. So Arbonne kindly gave us the money for that instead, which they didn't have to do. That was amazing. Anyway, I've been on a lot of AIT trips. So they currently do one a year, but there was a period of time where they did 2 a year. So I think I've probably been on maybe like 16, I reckon, AIT trips. So basically, I've been on a lot. So I feel like I'm in a position to talk about comparison here. Because one thing that I absolutely hate is, you know, when people have an opinion, but they have an opinion based on absolutely nothing. And this is something we spoke about actually while we were in Dubai that relates to Arbonne. And I was saying, when somebody in Arbonne who's got their own Arbonne business decides to do something, and the example that we used was create a document, and this is just one example of many different ways of doing something, like taking some form of action, but making a document just is easy to understand. So somebody in Arbonne, they've got a business and they're like, I'm going to make a getting started document, and you're like, great. But there's two different types of people that make a getting started document, and one's bad and one's good. So the one that is bad is the type of person that has not sponsored people, or maybe they've sponsored one person, and they haven't actually got experience of actually what it takes to get somebody started. They just think they know. They're like, this is what I think I need when I'm sponsoring a lot of people. And they create a document based on what they think they need. And this is like a boss who is working with tradespeople. So say it's the boss of a plumber who tells all the plumbers what to do, but they're not a plumber themselves. They're just like, this is what I think everybody needs to do. So all you plumbers need to do this. And my husband's in the trade and he's worked with different bosses. He's his own boss now, he's got his own business. But back in the day, he had bosses that would tell all the tilers what to do. And they weren't even a tiler. They didn't have a clue. So it's just what they think. So when people in Arbonne take some sort of action, like making a document, but it's not based on actual activity, it's just what they think. It's literally like being the boss of a tradesman and telling the bricklayers what to do when you're not a bricklayer, okay? You've got to have experience. So that's bad. The good version is when somebody is in a lot of activity and they're sponsoring people and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so many people here, I need to create some sort of a tool that's going to help me based on what's actually happening. And then they create the tool and it just relieves the pressure off them because there's so much going on. That's good because they are actually in the trenches, in the field, they've got hands-on experience, and they're creating something based on actual evidence and facts of what they're doing and what they're experiencing. That's real. So I think when people are in Arbonne, if you are not experiencing activity of having customers and sponsoring consultants, just while you build to that level and gain your experience, just follow what your upline does. Just do exactly what your upline does because they have that experience. They are doing it. They know. They're like, this is what I do for my PCs because they have PCs. They've not created something because of what they think their PCs are going to want when they actually have PCs. So I just wanted to share that. I'm not really sure where that tangent went on that. But anyway, my level of excitement for this business, I just have to share with you because, oh yeah, the comparison. Yes, I have experience of AITs. I'm not just coming at you because I've never been on one and this is what I think Arbonne should do on AITs. I actually have real experience. So, oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. We went to Dubai last year, Atlantis, and I kid you not, Arbonne UK, Kelly Lloyd-Sanderson, who is in charge of UK and Poland, she literally, I feel like when she's in the briefing room, when it comes to treating the people that are doing Arbonne, she's like, we're going to treat them like kings and queens. We're going to roll the red carpet out and lavish them because they work hard. They work every day. It's mentally draining. It's physical. Like, we are going to roll out the red carpet and absolutely reward them for the work that they have done. The people that were on this trip, she said, are in the top 1% for the last year with their efforts with Arbonne. So to know you're in the top 1% based on your efforts, and I know for me, I'm working part-time at Arbonne. I've got 4 children and I volunteer at 2 charities a week. That takes up my whole Monday morning, and it takes up half a day on my Thursday, the volunteering. I've got my 2 little ones that are constantly on me. I've got my teenagers that need me. I've got a husband that I put loads of effort and energy into our marriage. Like, I'm not giving Arbonne 60 hours a day. I'm giving Arbonne 3-ish, but when I'm doing Arbonne, I'm giving it 100%. So you can absolutely be in the top 1%, even if you've got a manic life. You just need to, when you do Arbonne, give it 100%, okay? Really give it your absolute all. So this trip, literally, we couldn't have been loved upon more. I believe the trip costs £500 per person per night. So you can imagine, like, we went as a 4, and that's per night. And not only that, we also got 3,500 dirham of credits onto our room. So what's that, about 1,000? And we also got water park passes every day. We got taken out on the welcome party on the first day. Transport was all covered. Transfers were covered. We had a super yacht that holds 500 people for our farewell party. We had gift bags. We had jewellery. It didn't stop. The giving did not stop. And Kelly was like, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. And I want you to go home and tell your team that we are going to give them this royal treatment next September when they come on the next trip. She was like, just please. She was like, I just need Arbonne UK and Poland to quadruple. And it's going to quadruple for the people that are watching now thinking, I want a bit of that. So she was like, I just need you to go home and just tell everybody. And this is what I'm doing. So I have recently been reading this book by Hal Elrod called The Miracle Equation. And if you are sat here right now and you're like, I need my life to be elevated, I need something more, and I don't know whether that's income, purpose, happiness, joy, excitement, health, relationships, whatever, there's loads of different ways you can elevate your life. I truly believe how you're going to do that right now is to read Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Equation, because it's literally an equation of 2 things that equal an elevated life. And what those 2 things are, you have to dedicate for a period of time. So 60 days or 90 days is a good period of time. So September, October, November. So you have to dedicate for a period of time extraordinary effort. Extraordinary effort. That's number 1. There's 2 things, but that's number 1, extraordinary effort. So you have to do, so for example, I've got up this morning, I'm absolutely exhausted and I'm jet lagged and I'm still listening to the audio that Sarah Dunny said, rather than just putting the TV on and just listening to rubbish. I'm like, every decision I make is going to be on an extraordinary level of effort. Anything that people ask me to do is a yes. And your yes in one area, you might not necessarily reap the rewards from that yes over here. So let's say you have a new consultant, or let's say you've got a friend, right? And your friend says, would you host me an Arbonne party? And in your head, you're thinking, I couldn't think of anything worse. I don't want to, I haven't got the time, I haven't got the knowledge. What a waste of my energy and time. Like, you might think all these negative things, but if you say yes to that, right, and you go, okay, on Saturday, I'm going to drive for 2 hours to get there. I'll be there for 2 hours. I'll do the party. I'll talk about Arbonne. I'll talk about the products. Don't really know what I'm doing, but I can talk about what I think about the company and what the products do for me and let everybody try them. And then I'll drive back from 2 hours. And you might commit to doing that. That's extraordinary effort. You might commit to doing that on Saturday and be like, nothing came of it. However, you put that extraordinary effort in there. So what happens is, like whack-a-mole, something else is going to pop up over here. And you're going to think they're not related. You're going to think, whoa, that's a coincidence. Somebody else over there just placed a massive product order or joined my business. Like, whoa, that's weird. But it's because you did this. So because you said yes to that, you got something here. You cannot do something and hold on to the fact that you're going to get something back from that, because the chances are you're probably not. You're probably not going to reap the rewards from the thing that you did. It's going to come somewhere else. It's like kinetic energy, and if you put extraordinary effort in over this road will reward you. So anything that anybody asks you, say yes. And this is something that I believe that I do really well. When the team asks me to do something, it's always a yes. I might have to tweak it and be like, oh, I can't do Friday, but I could do Saturday. I might have to make little adjustments because of my lifestyle, but it's always a yes. And if it's always a yes, you're always going to reap the benefits somewhere else. It might not come directly from that, but somewhere else it's going to come from it. So if you're going to do part one of the equation, which is extraordinary effort for 60 days, it's just always a yes. Always yes. If it's something towards you elevating your life and your business, it's always a yes. That's the first thing that you have to commit to. 60 days of extraordinary effort, getting up early, doing the miracle morning, doing your tracker, even when you can't be bothered, listening to audios, not watching TV for a very short period of time and just playing things that are going to help your mind, like Napoleon Hill on in the background, reading books even though you're exhausted and you really can't be bothered, make sure you read a page a day, like all these little things for 60 days. Can you commit to extraordinary effort for 60 days? That's part one. Part two is for the same period of time. So let's just go with 60 days. You have to have unwavering faith, okay? You have to. You cannot allow any negativity to eat away at your vision and your goals. You cannot. When we went to Dubai, there was a lovely lady there called Woody, and she said to me that her and her husband had bought this land a few years ago to build their dream home on, and they love animals and they want it to be really accommodating for all their animals. And she had this big vision, and she was very happy with that big vision. And she said, and over the last couple of years, because they've not started breaking ground yet for whatever reason, over the last couple of years, she has allowed people to say things to her like, cost of materials has gone up, cost of labour's gone up, maybe you should make your get your architect to make your home a bit smaller, maybe you should have one level and not two, maybe you should do this. And to start with, she didn't notice that negativity because you think, oh, it's people meaning well, isn't it? Saying, oh, cost of materials has gone up. Maybe you want to make your house a bit smaller. So to start with, you think, oh, bless them, they're just trying to help me. But actually, this has chipped away at her belief so much so that before we left, she spoke to the architect and said, yeah, maybe we should, half the size of it because of the cost of everything. Anyway, then we were in Dubai and she was like, actually, no. Now she's away and she's around positive people who are very much, you can achieve anything that you want. Your vision can be a reality. You can manifest whatever it is that you want. She was like, I'm going to stick with my original plan. And she literally messaged the architect. She was like, scrap what I said. We're going with the original plan. It's going to happen. I don't know how. We're going to make it happen. Like, she doesn't know how she's going to pay for the labor, the materials, because the cost has gone up. But she's like, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. And that's what you need to be like with your business. So whatever your goal is. So let's say your goal is to go area, to become an area manager or a vice president, whatever that goal is, and you're like, I need to be an area or VP because I need to be earning £5,000 a month because I've got big dreams for me and my family. I want to travel first class, I want to book this, I want to do this, I want to give this, I want to do this, like all the things that you want. And you're like, I can achieve all the things I want and have more time and be happier and be more relaxed if I'm an area manager or VP earning £5,000 a month or £10,000 a month. I don't want to put a lid on what it is that you believe. So my vision is £75,000 a month. So whatever your vision is that you believe, you absolutely deserve that. But what you need to do is keep unwavering faith and literally if anybody says anything that's not in alignment with your goal, like, oh, it's hard to sponsor people, it's hard to sell our products, like anything like that is not serving your goal. And what you've got to remember is your goal is absolutely going to happen, but is it going to happen to you? Is it going to happen for somebody else? This is what I know for sure, right? There are millions of people out there that over the next few years are going to either buy Arbonne products or join Arbonne as a business. That is a given. That is 100%, 1000% fact. That you cannot even argue with that. That's a fact. Who are they going to join? Are they going to join you and build your vision, or they're going to join somebody else? And the way I see it is, I need to make sure that I'm very present in with people of what I have to offer, because if they decide that they want what I have to offer but they go elsewhere, that's a disservice to them, because I believe I'm the best of the best. I believe I'm the best person to hold their hand and say, come on, let's start a business. I believe I'm the best consultant for my customers because of the red carpet treatment that I roll out. And this can be you as well. Like, you can have this energy as well. And don't get me wrong, you don't just wake up one morning and think, oh, I believe I'm the best of the best. Like, you have to brainwash yourself. Of course you do. And I use this analogy all the time. At the start of the year, my body was unhealthy because I'd had 2 back-to-back pregnancies, I'd breastfed, I'd had severe sickness in my pregnancies, so once the babies were born, I was just eating everything, and just being like, oh my gosh, food. So my body was in a really unhealthy state, and I absolutely hate exercise. I hate the gym. I don't want any part of anything like that. I drive to my local post office, which is literally a 4-minute walk. That's how lazy I am when it comes to health. Not when it comes to work, but when it comes to health, very lazy. And just not motivated to do anything about it. I'm quite comfortable in my body. I don't care about the way I look, but I do care about my health, and I want to live a long life for my children. So at the start of the year, something niggled at me, and also I have this, I want to be I would love to be an organ donor should the time come. So I want to know that all of my organs, should they be given to somebody else in my death, are at peak. They're at their best. They are the healthiest. Like, somebody's going to receive one of my organs and be like, oh my gosh, she really looked after herself, really looked after all these things. That motivates me more than the way I look. So at the start of the year, I had this niggle to get healthy, but I knew I wasn't really going to be motivated enough to go to the gym and work out or do anything that was related to what I was saying. So I'm yapping on saying, oh yeah, I want to be healthy, but I'm absolutely doing nothing about it. We've seen it in Arbonne, haven't we? We've seen people in Arbonne say, I want to promote to the next level and do nothing about it. That was me with exercise. So I'm like, yap, nothing, doing nothing to back it up. So I decided that I was going to make vision boards that reflected my health goal, where I look and feel great, what my weight was, how I feel, what my sleep's like, I also did affirmations that aligned with that health goal that I wanted, and I got a Peloton. No, actually, I didn't get the Peloton bike yet. So I just did the vision board and the affirmations. Now, in January, at the start of the year, if you had looked at my affirmations and vision boards, you'd have fell off your chair, because they were so false. They were the biggest lie you could say. Like, I'm so happy and grateful now, I'm a size 10 and I fit into this dress, and I got a dress out that I love that is a size 10 dress, and I hung it on my bedroom wall with a picture of me in it and said that I was going to be in it by January 2026. Biggest BS you could ever imagine, right? Not true at all. But that's where I started off. I started off writing these lies for my affirmations, for my vision board, and I had this dress and just started off like that. And every time I walked past the dress, which is hanging up on my bedroom, I knew it was a lie, but obviously something started to happen, because over a few months, your brain just thinks in pictures. It doesn't really know. It just sees what it sees and is like, oh, that's what it is. So at some point, my brain obviously saw this dress enough with a picture of me saying that, oh, I'm in this dress, I'm a size 10 in January 2026. And then it also logged the affirmations I was saying every day and my vision boards. And it started to rewire my brain. And it took time. But after about 6 months, 4, 5 or 6 months of saying these lies, seeing this fakeness, my brain started to believe that it was true. And my brain told me to get a Peloton bike, an exercise bike, and get a subscription and go on it. And I would literally get up in the morning and put my workout gear on and go and do an exercise on this bike. And I'd tell my husband, and he was like, no one's held a gun to your head. And I'm like, no, it's weird, isn't it? I'm actually exercising. And then I started to eat really healthy. I started to do the 16-8 fasting, things that I would never in a million years have chosen to do. But because I'd brainwashed myself with the affirmations and the vision board and had this dress hanging up, my brain logged it as truth. So it started to change what I was doing to align with that truth. I'd brainwashed myself to believe that I was healthy and looking after myself. So then, because my brain was saying that, the actions I started to take reflected that. So what I'm saying is, you might be sat here and have a goal to go, let's say VP, let's just be like, put it out there. I want to be a vice president and I want to be on the next AIT trip. That might feel like a lie right now, like it did for me with the exercise. But what I would suggest is you put out vision boards, affirmations, listen to things that reflect that as truth. And initially it's going to feel fake. It is. Initially it's not going to feel real, but eventually you're going to wake up one day and you're going to realize that your brain has been brainwashed to believe the things that you're telling it, and it's going to make choices and actions to align with that and make that happen. And you're literally going to be like, oh my gosh, it's like an out-of-body experience. It's literally like an out-of-body experience. Your brain has taken over and it's doing things that you would never normally have chosen to do. But because it's been brainwashed, and you need to brainwash it correctly, because we're already brainwashing ourselves with the news, the media, the negativity. So you've just got to choose what you're brainwashing yourself with. All this positivity and all these things, you know, I don't spread rumors and gossip. I'm just surround myself with positive, nice people that are uplifting me. And if you listen to this audio every day that Sarah Dunning has recommended for 21 days, you're going to emerge as a different person. You will probably find at the end of the 21 days, if you absolutely dedicate 21 days, I'm going to listen to this half an hour audio every single day. I'm going to get Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Equation, and I'm going to do the two things, unwavering faith and extraordinary effort. I'm going to put 21 days of extraordinary effort into my business and say yes to everything. I'm not going to watch telly for 21 days. I'm going to listen to audios. If you dedicate 21 days of this extraordinary effort and unwavering faith and you listen to this audio, I promise you now, on day 22, something is going to happen and you're literally going to fall off your chair and be shocked. What's probably going to happen is what happened to me last year when I went to Vegas for the GTC Arbonne trip, and I did not want to go. My baby was 6 months old. I did not want to go. I was fully breastfeeding, so I knew I was going to have to express every like 1 to 2 hours, 24/7. I did not want to be apart from my children. I did not want to go, but I'd already missed the Vegas the year before when I'd had my other daughter, the year before when I was pregnant, the year before because it was COVID. So I'd already missed quite a few. So I knew the best thing that I needed for me and my business was to go to Vegas, but I didn't want to go. But my brain was taking me like an out-of-body experience, saying like, book the flights, book the room, come on, we're going. And I had to tell myself that my brain was taking me to Vegas on this trip that I didn't want to go on, because something amazing was going to happen. And I knew it, and I had that faith, and I didn't know what it was, and I was grumbling, but I was like, something extraordinary is going to happen because I've done this, because I've done a certain level of extraordinary effort. I'm going to be rewarded somewhere. So I went to Vegas on the trip, and I did have an amazing time as well. Of course, I missed my baby, and I hated the expressing constantly, but I did have an amazing time. But what happened was, the day we flew back, so I think I'd been there for 3 or 4 days, the day we flew back, a girl, I was going to say a stranger, but she wasn't really a stranger. She was kind of in that stage between friend and stranger, in that middle zone. Somebody that I'd never met, but was online friends with, that I just sent happy birthday messages to and followed her a little bit on social media, and likewise, never spoke to her about Arbonne at all in my life. She got my website link because I'd posted it online, and she took that website link. She didn't even ask me for it. She took it from what I'd posted and joined Arbonne as a consultant. She didn't even order products. She just got a consultant account. And when I got this notification, I was like, oh, Lisa's joined, but I think she was probably supposed to be a PC and get some products, but it's all right, I'll sort it out. When I get back. Oh no, did she order? She might have ordered a body cleanse, actually. I think she ordered a body cleanse, actually, thinking about it. But she definitely didn't do a 150 because she didn't count for me as a real consultant. You know, when they have to do that 150, and it was the last day of the month. So I couldn't do anything about that, and that was fine. I got back and I was like, oh, Lisa, did you mean to join as a PC? If so, I'll ring customer service and I'll get that sorted. And she's like, oh no, I want to do the business. And I was like, what? I still at this moment didn't realise she was the miracle. I just still didn't know. I was like, oh, right, okay. And then I was like, oh, should we get you started then? And she had issues about getting started because unfortunately her husband's mother was taken ill. Sadly, she did end up passing away. So Lisa and her husband had to fly over to be that. All absolutely fine. So I still didn't know she was the miracle at this point, because lots of people join the business and lots of people don't do anything. Absolutely fine, but that happens. I find I have to sponsor 10 people for one of them to really take off and see this as a serious business. So at this point, Lisa still wasn't at that point. So after a couple of months, you know, I'm sponsoring other people. I'm like, Lisa, I'm here if you need me. And I can't think what month it was, but she ended up taking off like a rocket ship. But it wasn't at the beginning. It was a little while later, and then she took off. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lisa's amazing. And then I realised she was the miracle, because I went to Vegas, I was sent Lisa, and she's like she's not only one of the most extraordinary people in my business, but she's also one of the extraordinary people in my life as a friend. Even if she said to me, I'm not doing Arbonne anymore, the fact that she is in my life as a stronger friend than she was, to me, that is still the miracle. So sometimes you just have to say yes to things, and you don't know where that miracle is going to come from, but it's going to come. So you might find on day 22, somebody's going to join your business and they're going to be the miracle because you did 21 days of extraordinary effort and unwavering faith. And you just have to believe that and not allow anyone to chip away at that. Like, you can be a vice president in the next couple of months. You could be an ENVP in the next couple of months, because people are out there wanting to buy what we offer. But why not come and buy it from you? People are out there wanting to join a business where they have everything that we have to offer: the personal growth, the training, the perks of being able to get the products at cost, the perks of being able to sell the products from their app, from their website, and then earn money from it. Like, the perks are insane. And people are out there literally wishing for something. They don't know what, but what they're wishing for basically is this, but they don't know it yet because no one's connected the dots for them. You can be that person, because I tell you now, if you're not out there being that person that attracts all the people looking for this, I'm going to do it. I will do it. I will literally be out there scooping everybody up, being like, come and join me, come and join me, come and join me, because this is the place for you, and you're going to have the best time, and you're going to have hope, and you're going to have excitement, and you're going to have purpose, you're going to earn money, and you're going to come on the next trip. If you don't go out there and sponsor these people that are literally wishing for this, but they don't know it's this, I will be sponsoring them. So you've got to be quick. You've got to be out there, because I will be out there sponsoring 60 people. And you need to be the person that's finding them and giving them this absolute gift that Arbonne is, and helping yourself as well. So for 21 days, can you commit to listening to this audio that Sarah Dunning promises is going to elevate your life? Can you commit to the next 21 days or 60 days of extraordinary effort and unwavering faith? Because if you don't, that's fine, that's your choice. But other people will, and they will elevate their life, and you will look at them like it'll be like dust, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, they absolutely changed their life. What did you do? And they'll say, I did the things that Danny said to do in the video when she came back from Dubai that you could have done, but you chose not to. You have a choice. You have a choice right now to elevate your own life. But you're going to have to stay strong, you're going to have to sit in that zone of unwavering faith, and you're going to have to put in extraordinary effort. And it's only for a period of time, but the rewards you're going to reap are going to be extraordinary, and you're going to change your life, you're going to change your family's life. You're going to get, the prize that you're going to get at the end is time, money, better health, freedom, purpose, joy, excitement, legacy. Treat your business for the next 60 days like you know you're going to pass away at the end of this period of growth for you. You're going to pass away at the end, and you're going to leave your work behind in your will for your loved ones. Like, what level of effort would you put in if you knew for 60 days, if Arbonne said to you, over the next 60 days, whatever you do over that 60 days, we're going to will any effort that came from that to your loved ones, and you're going to create a legacy of this period of growth that you're going to have. Like, treat the next 60 days like your life depends on it, like your family depends on it, because you are going to 10x your life. You are going to 10x your life if you just put this period of time in now, which I am. So that's me, post AIT, post Dubai. Let's freaking, well, get on with it.